Oh, whoa! Let's try that again. Alrighty. Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing tonight? Sorry for the bit of a false start there. We're starting a bit late tonight, and I'm back at work as of today, so this will be a bit of a shorter stream, I expect. We are also up to the train graveyard dungeon, which in my original playthrough was one of my least favorite dungeons, barring maybe the sewer revisit. So this will be interesting to see how we go. The big difference being, as was entirely intentional for this playthrough, I'm not playing anywhere near as hard. So hopefully, coming into this fresh rather than just trying to burn through everything, should make it less bothersome.
まるで迷路だな。
通称列車墓場。ジャンクパーツの宝庫。あそこに見えてる車両倉庫の向こうが7番街のはずだよ。明かりのついている場所を通っていこう。明かり明かり。
あれだな。
Is the sound all good and everything? Looking at the levels, it looks like it should be alright. Am I all better? Mostly. As you may have heard from the false start there, I'm not completely cleared up, but...
全然いないね。普段は誰も近寄らないの。モンスターだけじゃなくて、怖い噂もあるし。噂？列車墓場にはお化けが出るって。夜の列車墓場に迷い込むと二度と戻ってこられなくなるんだって。
お化け？
子供騙しだって思うよ、私も。でも
早く抜けよ
う。Again, this is another case of just ignore the subtitles, they're not even trying. Talk softly and carry a big sword. Unfortunately, VII is not in Final Fantasy VII. The were rats count the same as all the other rats we've fought scan-wise? The game might be a bit loud. I can fix that if that's the case. The game does seem a smidge loud to me, but it's always sort of hard to tell where my audio's at and what you guys are hearing's at. Yeah, I might, hang on. Where's my audio mixer? Let me pull the game down very slightly. Yeah, okay, it was up a little loud. I've got 92 magic out the gate. God damn, son. And it has the getter beam. Let's see what it has for additional materia slots, because that's its current big weakness. Is 3 slots is not great. Is that gonna link? Yeah, damn, it's just a link. 4 slots is okay, at least. Bloodsucker is a bit meh. Like, recover HP when enemies are defeated is... yeah. Need to work on maxing out that focused strike. The music for this area is real good, though. Like, I like the feel of it. But then I suppose I've gushed over how good the music in this game is multiple times. These seem like they'd be a bit questionable to stack up like this. I suppose if you just jam the brakes on, they'd stay. Oh, thank God, it's just monsters, not ghosts. Oh wait, I bounced scanned Tifa, didn't I? Hey, Dead Tail, how's it going?
うろつく時間じゃない。
じゃあ
I can sort of understand Aerith maybe being scared of ghosts a bit, because she can literally hear the voice of the planet, which is the voice of the dead. If you remember, the live stream is literally souls. Reminds me a bit of some of the quieter moments in Final Fantasy X, like the frozen woods. With the butterflies and whatnot. Markalania Forest, that's it. Thanks, Epiphany. It's been a while since I played FF10. It's another one of those I've talked about doing a stream of for years, and we just haven't got around to. Because I would really like to do a stream through Final Fantasy X with Japanese audio, because I've never actually played through FF10 with the Japanese audio. I have played through FF10 multiple times on my own, but never on stream. I think it'd be fun to play through in Japanese. Well, that'd be, because I don't know the Japanese voice actors for those characters, so I think that'd be fun. And like, yeah, Auron is actually one of my all-time favorite Final Fantasy characters. He is actually voiced really well in English. Part of that, ironically enough, comes down to they didn't have to lip sync his voice lines as much, because you don't see his like you don't see his talking animation. So they didn't have to muck with his script as much in English, because that was back when they had to match English scripts to lip flaps, because they didn't do separate animations for the English releases. Hey, Sovereign, how's it going? No, well, most of it they like had to rewrite lines so that it looks like what they're saying is at least somewhat matching their lip flaps. But anyway, putting that aside, as I said, I think it'd just be interesting to play through with the Japanese audio because I haven't done so before. I'd be very curious to see how that is and sort of compare it to the English script as well. Because obviously my Final Fantasy X is far back enough in my own line that I didn't know anywhere near enough Japanese back then to make any kind of assessment of it. No worries. Excuse me. No worries, Ravage. Take it easy. See you when you get back. But like Final Fantasy X is far enough back that it isn't sort of suffering from like modern Square translations, where the English is basically an entire rewrite.
Nani?
大丈夫か。
こっちはなんとか。平気。見て。
調子に乗るな。
こっちにおいで。私たち呼ばれてる？
ここが車両倉庫か。
これって。行ってみよう。でも大丈夫。凄腕のボディーガードいるからね。
お化けは専門外だ。
そんなこと言わないで。なんとかして。
分かったから離れてくれ。
They should have, it would have been good if they'd done a little animation of him walking forward with them both on his arms for a bit.
あ、そこにも。見つけた。ねえ、ちょっとお話しよう。
Now these things I recall being a bit of a pain in the butt. This music also feels like Final Fantasy X music.
はせろ。ここで仕掛ける。叩き込め。
一緒にチャンスは逃さない。いや当てる。沈め。まだ。力を合わせて逃げ。君は。
I don't know, maybe my mind's just gone to Final Fantasy X for some reason.
Wait.
こいつはモンスターだ。
そうだけど。何？あ？
逃げろ。無事か。
うん。ありがとう、クラウド。
別のルートを探すしかないな。
I'm not sure if they're trying to go for like a spooky feel or more just a sad feel. So the feel I'm getting from it is definitely more just a sad.
この列車は7番街スラム駅経由列車旗が行きです。ご乗車にご注意。
I suppose for me, when it comes to spooky trains, because I've played Resident Evil 0, that's really hard to top for, like, spooky train. Man, the train was so well done in Resident Evil 0. Like, just the like, background detail in it with, like, having just a whole bunch of shit separately animated. Like, dead people's arms waving and like, lights and stuff sort of swaying back and forth. Very well done. It's sort of odd to think that, you know, RE0 and Remake are sort of graphical masterpieces on the GameCube. Hey, a Venomore? How's things? Oh god. Airborne enemies. Who has wind? I think it was Aerith. She's also anti-air anyway. Goth bangle. Oh, that's just nice. All right. Oh, it's goth. It's a goth bangle because it's yeah, like an actual sort of studded like goth style. It's yeah, okay. Fair enough. That checks out. We've still got to use that damn refocus. I keep forgetting. Does that work out of battle? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's a shame. But yeah, well, as for like sort of frustrating enemies, this whole dungeon is sort of frustrating enemies. Flying enemies, incorporeal enemies. At least the music is, like... I don't know, it's not, like, calming, but it's... If they were going for a spooky atmosphere, they didn't quite get it. I wouldn't have said the train graveyard was bad in the original. Honestly, the train graveyard was like 3 screens in the original. I quite liked it. It was nice and short and sweet. Like, my problem with it in the remake is it massively overstays its welcome. Oh, I see. Oh, sorry, yeah, you mean like in a horror sense. So I thought you were talking gameplay experience.
ここにもいるかな。うん、みたい。みっけ。
I don't know why, but like I find the music in this area really relaxing. Just both the battle music and the backing music. Which I've got to assume couldn't have been the intention, but here we are. I suppose the piano has a little bit of the safe room music feel to it from Resident Evil. So it might be that. It's just that my brain is like tuned to that kind of music being safe. I'd say we need to stream more Resident Evil, but like we have actually streamed a lot of Resident Evil, so I'm pretty good on that front. I mean, some of my earliest streams were Resident Evil. We did Revelations 1 and 2 back when I was still streaming just on YouTube. We've done the remakes. We did RE2 make when it hit. We did RE3 make when it hit. That's what I was gonna. That's what I was saying. Like, need to do more Resident Evil, but then I was like, oh, actually, no. We have done a lot of Resident Evil. Re2 make I thought was very good. Re3 make I enjoyed well enough, but it was a very poor remake of Resident Evil 3. They really missed with Nemesis, and Nemesis is what made RE3, so like as a remake, it failed in its job. As a video game, it was okay. Well, I mean, that's what RE3 was. It was just a quick, that's the thing. The original RE3 was just a quick cash-in, using their existing engine work, but then they added like Nemesis on top of it to sort of give it its own unique twist, and that managed such a powerful, unique twist, especially like back then. Having an actual pursuer enemy that could follow you through loading zones, that was fucking terrifying. And they didn't have that in Remake 3, which, like, you've missed the biggest point of RE3. Like, there was some Nemesis pursuit sections, but it was never like the original RE3, where it was sort of organic as to how he pursued you. Of course, there's all of the, like, the pre-planned where he drops in on you if you got to make decisions, which that in itself was also a really cool system. They just, I don't know, they really missed the mark with the remake. As I said, like as a game, it's mostly fine, but that's because it's just like Remake 2 mechanically, which was great. But yeah, they missed what made RE3 unique.
片付けるぞ。
ごめん、急いでるの。当てる。
Oh, that went nowhere. Like, there is no reason to play Remake 3 over the original 3. Original 3 is just better. Which means you done fucked up, son. Remake 2, absolutely worth playing. But, it's also still worth playing the original Resident Evil 2. Because they offer different experiences. And both are good experiences. Whereas RE3, the original RE3 is just a better experience than Remake 3. But that's why the original remake is like the ultimate in remakes, because it completely invalidates the original. Remake is a better game in every way. It does a better job with the story. It's just a better game to play. Everything is better. There is no reason apart from like pure self-interest to play the original PlayStation release of Resident Evil 1 over Remake. Obviously, like, with the way I am, I would still encourage people to do so because I find that stuff really interesting. I find, like, the evolution of game series and just, like, the development of like game mechanics and story and whatnot, I find that endlessly fascinating. But yeah, like Remake is just that good. But I don't think that's in any way a controversial opinion either. And like when it comes to remakes of games, I have some controversial opinions on certain topics. Like I prefer the original 1989 release of Rants over the 01 remake. That is definitely a controversial opinion. But in that particular case, like, I am well aware that my opinion is controversial, and would not recommend people start with the original 1989 release unless they've got very specific tastes.
Tifa.
Yeah, no worries. I do actually like that Aerith is just completely unperturbed. Again, for reasonings, as I said earlier, like, she can literally hear the souls of the planet talk. Now, we can cheat this boss. Do we cheat it, or do we do it properly?
遊びに付き合う暇はない。頼んだぞ。はいはい、私に任せて。
Because this is an undead, and undeads follow certain rules in the Final Fantasy games. Actually, I don't think the Phoenix Down specifically does the trick. We'll try. Yeah, no. The Phoenix Down isn't the one that does it. Elixir, if I recall correctly, insta-kills the boss. Does that work for... It does do AoE regen, nice. And she's just dead. Oh. Okay, oh, I am mistaken. I thought Elixir's just insta-killed it.
してやっちゃおう。蹴散らす。さあ治った。出番だよ。
下がっていろ。
やっ。
Oh, actually, I wonder if it's a case of... No, okay, I was like, maybe it's a case of, like, corporeal versus non-corporeal. Did her heal get cancelled? Oh. Well, that was a waste.
一旦下がるね。私の出番。届け。
Freaking grabby hands? God damn. Now can we get the spell cast off? There we go, finally.
私の出番。頑張るね。そこ。当てる。蹴散らす。やっ。驚け。当たる。やっ。それ。力つなげる。蹴散らす。行くよ。この。それ。見てなさい。
力を見せてやる。
Ah, now we can finally use that second refocus.
俺を超える。
And he instantly gets bopped. Ah.
しっかり立て直そう。負けたくないのに。さあ。諦めないから。
やってやる。気負いすぎるな。
はいはい。やっ、発音。飛んでけ。行くよ。この。やっ、そこから狙えるし。蹴散らす。力つなげる。
I could have sworn you could strike him, like IK him with a ether, elixir.
かくれんぼ。誰かに見つけてほしくてずっと待ってたのかな。
あ、何の話だ。戻ってクレーンを動かそう。
I could have sworn. Yeah. just looping around now, aren't we? Wait, we did, hang on. We did press the button, right? Oh, surely we did press the button, because it's showing the objective over there now. Yeah, everything's disabled in here. Okay, cool. The question is it faster to go back over the rooftops, or is it faster to try to loop through the lower areas? Oh. The lower areas might indeed be the answer, since this seems to be a dead end. Don't mind me while I just get completely lost. Do these...
列車白馬に迷い込むと二度と戻ってこられないか。捕まってたら危なかったのかな。捕まってるのはあの子たちかも。
その話はもう。
帰れない原因、それだったら。
See, again, the person that, like, would most likely be afraid of them would be Aerith, but she's also the most likely to not be afraid of them because she understands what they are.
よかった、動いたね。通れるようになったかな。
行ってみよう。
All that work just to get us back to this door. Aerial combat, my favorite. Now, it's not that Square Enix can't do aerial combat. Dissidia exists. It's just not well implemented in this game.
"やったね。うん、早く外へ。
これあの子。 マリン。
でね、黒い風に連れて行かれた子はね、ずーっと列車墓場をさまようんだって。危ないからティファも絶対に近づいちゃダメだよ。
うん、わかった。
それでね、昨日はベティがね、お父さんと。父ちゃん、遅いね。
そうだね。今日は帰ってこれないかも。マリー、あのね。早く7番街に帰らないと。
ティファ、平気か？
うん。さあ、行こう。
Rest in pepperoni's box cool. That's a nice touch. You can see the conflict having started on the Sector 7 pillar. That's actually a really nice touch. Though, it does not help with the issue of, like, making the train graveyard take so much longer while there's an emergency going on.
What? 回ってる。向こう側に行けるかな。
蹴散らすぞ。
邪魔はさせない。
やっ。消えろ。どけ。やっ。仕上げだ。消えろ。これでやるぞ。
やるしかない。届け。
やる。やっ。
I think the game's a little confused as to what to do with me here. Because you're, like, I'm hitting them when you're not supposed to be hitting them with physical attacks. But I'm hitting them with, fire-infused physical attacks, which they're weak to. Jesus Christ, lads. Fucking Jesus, mate. I can't even move. I'm just getting chained. what? Sod you, mate. Big whoosh! Oh, actually, Christ, I completely forgot. Where did I put it? I'm should be linking this in the chat like a couple of times a stream, just to get people's opinions on the matter. I am currently running a Twitter poll. Please check it out if you're so interested. It will affect the fate of the stream for the coming month. If you don't have a Twitter account, which that's fair enough, and would like to make your opinion known, just shout at me in chat and I'll take note of it as well. Yeah, now, this is the, like, actual train graveyard part of the original. Which is the shoving the trains around. But also expanded, which is why I call this, like, a double dungeon. Because you have the, like, ghost spooky bit, and then you have the OG train graveyard. And this is where it, like, sort of compounds its own problem of, like, yes, there's still the pillar issue going ahead, and yes, we're still going to waste your time futzing about with expanded dungeons that didn't need to be here. I think the reason this stands out so much is this game is otherwise really well paced, and then you just sort of hit this section, and it's like, ugh. Like, the game usually knows when to be fast and when to be slow, but it hits you with like a slow clunker of a dungeon when it's wanting to be fast. It's like, the dungeon's not too bad as far as a dungeon goes. It just, the pacing is whack, because you've got effectively 3 dungeons on top of each other. You've got sewers, you've got ghosts, you've got train graveyard. And they're all sort of slow progression dungeons. The sewers requires a bunch of mucking about with like turning the water on and off. The ghosts require a bunch of like backtracking and dawdling around. And then the trains, I mean the trains are probably the least annoying section, because it's basically just the original train graveyard. Press a couple of buttons, go forward. And like, if that was all, that would be fine with the pacing. Because you'd sort of dash through the sewers, which was like 2 screens. You wouldn't have the ghosts as like a weird subplot that goes nowhere. And then you wouldn't have, and then you just have the train graveyard sort of in your way before the, like, hitting the plate tower. Which at that point is like, okay, you could argue that, like, the train graveyard is just ratcheting up the tension, which, fine. Except that instead of it just being the train graveyard, it's a triple. Am I making any sense? I don't know. And, like, you could make the argument that, like, these are the things in the hero's way. So it's like they just have to deal with it while this incident is going on. But at the same time, it's your video game. You set the pacing, and you've otherwise managed really good pacing throughout the game. So something just went wrong here. The original game didn't have this pacing issue, because as I said, the sewers in the original game was 3 screens. The train graveyard was 3 screens. There was no ghosts. We'll fight a boss at the end of the train graveyard that was there in the original, and that is probably the best bit of this whole sequence, is because they remember another mildly obscure enemy, and that obscure enemy also keeps its rare steel. there's a reason I've had this steel material equipped on Tifa this whole time, so that I don't forget about it. Because it's the only time in the game we're actually able to steal a piece of equipment. Well, it's not the only time in the game we're able to steal a piece of equipment. It's the only time in the game you're able to acquire that piece of equipment. As a callback to the original game when you could steal the exact same piece of equipment from said enemy. And it's another one of those wacky enemies like the Hell House, where it's like, this is really out there. You don't notice how out there it is in the original game, but then when you like put it in ultra high def, it's suddenly like, okay, this is, yeah. I do like this mix of the Turks theme. Just trying to make sure I don't accidentally miss anything. Okay, so that's definitely where we're supposed to be. But there was another train we could push. Yeah, it's a little hard to, like, keep your head in the game for this one as to, like, where you are. It is sort of disorienting. Oh, I see. No, okay, we've already done this train. I can't redo it. Never mind me. Yeah, I'm a little worried for when we come to do Elden Ring. Because, like, part of the reason I'm able to handle, like, the Souls games is they're mostly, like, corridors. And Elden Ring is, like, open. Oh boy, I'm gonna get so friggin' lost. Whoop, she's gone. Shouldn't the arbiters intervene at this point?
使っちゃった。
Yeah, bringing back Eligor, because it was just like a random enemy in the original. It's a super cool touch as such, but all of this like weirdness to try to justify it doesn't quite fly.
協力してこう。よしやっちゃおう。
Yeah, see? It even tells you, use steel. It's also got like some weirdness with its you can't like hit it in its wheels. There we go. That's what we're after. I will admit, like, that does seem very sort of like, where did that come from? Like, as it's not really implemented much as a mechanic across the rest of the game, but it is a callback to the original game. I don't know how you're supposed to spam those fast enough to... Now you're in this. Alright, I'm a ghost. Don't have to play by the normal rules. Fucking this guy. Gate of Babylon. she'll be on my ass drifting around the arena. That was the wrong... God damn it. Oh, forced face change.
落ち着いていけ。
頑張るね。それ。私に任せて。クラウド、危ない。飛んでけ。当たりやだ。そこから狙える。行くよ。そこ。それ。や。負けたくないのに。ここは慎重に。まだ当てる。
Sit still, asshole.
貫いて。
Okay, magic doesn't do shit to the wheels.
やっ。それ。それ。私に任せて。こんなところで。手堅く行こう。負けたくないのに。
Jesus Christ. Just getting bullied.
このじらす。ここは慎重に。よかった。やっ。さあ頑張ろう。飛んでけ。それ。そこ。やっや。わっ。
No worries, off. Easy.
見てなさい。まだじゃ済まないから。全力で行く。来ないで。行くよ。やっ。さあ。
Got the 200% stagger.
今行くね。いい加減どいて。
Flip kicks his ass out of here.
行こう。
あ、
あの子。すごい。またね。
No worries, Half. Rest well. Right, so that should have... Yeah, cool. We have ticked all of that up. And we also got the bladed staff for Aerith, which I think is her melee weapon. Apparently has roll eyes. God damn, son. Big's here, guy dressed like Solid Snake running up a tower of stairs. Some of the music actually reminds me a bit of Final Fantasy XIII, now that I think about it, which is not a slight against this game, because the one good thing about Final Fantasy XIII was its music. Why are the ghosts here? Like, at the moment, this is happening as it should be. Yeah, but that comes later. That's my point is, like, literally right now, this very second, things are happening as they should. The ghosts intervening later absolutely makes sense. The ghosts intervening now, I don't understand. And again, these fights on the initial playthrough were a problem because I didn't understand really how they worked mechanically. It's much less of a problem this time around. Ha! Maybe, given what the theory on them is. Literally extra-dimensional fanboys. Yeah, maybe they did just want to get stepped on by Tifa. As I've said so many times during this playthrough, like, what they do with the specters in the follow-up games is going to really determine whether this is good or not.
Barrettoだ.
大丈夫か？クラウドさん、大変っす。シンラがこの柱を倒して。分かってる。行かなきゃ。上でバレットたちが。無理だ。ウェッジは頼む。俺は上へ行く。俺も行くっす。俺だけ休むなんて。ビックスは俺をかばって。
ウェッジ、上はクラウドに任せよ。私治療する。
ビックス、ジェシー、バレット。ウェッジ、いいな。ティファの指示に従え。
That's absolutely fair, Gorgelan. I totally understand that. For what it's worth, as it stands now, it's a fine piece. But a lot of its plot, yeah, it will get made or broken in the follow-ups. And yeah, if that is a problem for you, then absolutely holding off is understandable. Yeah. And yeah, if like your concern is exactly that, and you're holding off until the latter ones because of that, then that's totally fair. Because there is potential here to do something really interesting. Well, see, all those locations you can still hit. It's just you could tell a new story. Yeah, I made the same joke off. Especially since, like, with Biggs looking like a young Solid Snake. I should link lightning at this point, I think. Well, no, they basically leave Midgar at the end of this game, so no, that definitely won't be the case. Though they do seem to be weak to fire. Well, the men are. Okay, so the robots will be weak to lightning. Yeah, they do the whole, like, the end of the game is the Midgar escape sequence. I suppose they could turn around and come back in. That would be really weird, but you could, I guess. Oh, they've got Blade Beam. That's supposed to be my trick. That reminds me, we do not need... Oh, bother. I was going to say, we do not need to have that other limit break equipped anymore. You lads want to come into somewhere where I can actually hit you? Oh, we knew that... Like, we always knew that this was going to be only Midgar. Like, it was never, like, a secret that this was going to be only Midgar. If they had implied elsewise, I would have called it, like, extremely deceptive advertising. Yeah, we can flip refocus with something else. I'm probably healing is probably not a bad idea. What do I have on him at the moment? Fire, lightning. Okay, those are both good. The hell, subversion. I'll nick that off Tifa for the moment. Can I mess with hers? Yeah, I'll give her at least low-level cure. I am surprised that they didn't try to work a Choco Racing minigame into this somehow. Correct. She's still alive at the end of this game. And, like, that's one of the things that could potentially change. That's what I mean by, like, the potential for fighting fate in a literal sense is really interesting. Like, you could tell a super cool story where you intentionally deviate from the original story.
ウェッジは治療中だ。安心しろ。よかった。腹がクッションになった。
But I don't know, like, how many people want that? That could just go badly for them.
苦戦中だ。頼む、クラウド。言ってやってくれ。あんたはどうする？ここで戦うさ。あと100人倒してやる。普通の男をなめんなよ。そうだ。リーフハウスって個人がある。5番街のスラムな。クラウド、時々言って子供たち。断る。自分でやれ。子供は苦手なんだろう。ああ。お前がまだガキ。じゃあな、クラウド。星の命任せた。ここで待ってろ。
Ah, these guys. Another crazy design from the original. I'm really glad they kept them for this. Why don't you come play with the rest of us in here? You still have graves. Graves aren't for storing bodies. Graves are for the living to mourn the dead. It doesn't matter what's inside of them, that's irrelevant. The point of a grave is not for the dead. You could maybe argue the point of a grave is to remember the dead, which could be for the sake of the dead if it's like, but... Well, now that's, yeah, so... Whether, like, mana is life force in that sense, hard to say. But the materia itself is crystallized life force. So the ability to cast fire is technically tapping into the souls of the dead. Well, in like obviously you know, in real life you do literally bury corpses in graves, but like the point of a grave is for the living. The dead has no benefit from being, like, physically being in a grave or not. Yeah, but does that... Who cares if the culture disagrees? The person is dead. They literally can't care whether they're buried or not. The people that care, the culture, is the living people. Therefore, by definition, it's the living that still care. Master materia? What? The Dickens? Oh, item master materia, I see. For a second they were like, master materia? Master materia isn't in this game. Item master, I see. I suppose, yeah. If you believe in like spirits and souls and that sort of stuff, then yes, you could certainly make an argument for the grave literally mattering to the dead person. I just anime cut that box. My sword didn't hit it, but it fell apart.
ァースト。ほらほらほらほらほらほら。まずいな。
I would have thought the big gif of Cisne sitting behind the chat would give away what my favorite Turks was.
極悪非道のアバランチ。
とんだ3キル芝居だぜ。
危ない。ありがとう。
助かった。さあ。
どうかな。
痛くないっす。
ごめん。私もやっぱり上行く。うん。心に従って。うん。エアリス。近くにセブンスヘブンってお店があるの。そこでマリンが待ってる。でしょ？任せて。必ず助ける。え？
Again, this is sort of
お
like
店まで案内お願い。
任せてください。
Aerith having extended universe knowledge ... question mark.
セブンスヘブン案内するっす。
ウェッジ待って。
ここにいちゃダメっす。みんな離れて。
ここを抜けなきゃ
何かあってからじゃ。
いけないだろう。うるさい。今は通行禁止だ。
開けてください。ここが通れないと。
うるさい。無理だと言ってるだろう。
ウェッジ。
俺やっぱり役立たずっす。
諦めないでウェッジ。私たちの声で助かる人大勢いるって信じよ
エアリスはプレートが落ちるって信じてるんですね。俺はアバランチの勝利を信じてるっす。でも嫌な予感がずっとしてて。なんだろうこれ。
それ私も。だからいざという時に備えよう。あの時こうすればよかったって後悔しないように今を精一杯できることちゃんと。
何が起こるかわからないっす。後悔するときはいつだって手遅れっす。みんな助からなきゃダメなんだ。
お前、僕は後悔したくありません。皆さんこっちです。早く。おい待て。
ウェッジ。セブンスヘブンはこの先だよね。
そこの道を抜けて右側っす。
マリンは任せて。
町のみんなは任せてください。
皆さん避難してください。7番街の下から離れてください。5番街か6番街へ。
probably don't need to stand here guarding the door anymore, my friend. Yeah, it's like, I don't know as to what Aerith is. Whether it's like she just has like multiverse knowledge, or whether it's a matter of she is herself from other timelines. It's
避難しろだって7番街から離れて早く遠くへ
ちょっとあんた、何か知ってるのかい？シチューは無事なんだろ？
今はまだでも
プレートは落ちるのかい？
はい。
信じられねえ。あいつらどういうつもりなんだよ。
ここで騒いでも仕方ないよ。さあ、自警団は避難誘導だ。
いや、その前に避難経路の確保。
ああ、そうだそうだ。ほら、行こう。あんたもアバランチかい？
友達です。
後で顔見せなってティファに伝えておくれ。
セブンスヘブンに急がなくちゃ。
Are we actually allowed to like potter around
セブン
here?
スヘブンに急がなくちゃ。
ここは危ない。
あそこだ。ね
急いだ方がいいぜ。
え、あれそんな
こっちに落ちてくるぞ。
気が回る。急げ、こっちだ。
Now we have to go the long way around.
別の道急がないと。
どこへ逃げろって言うんだよ。あっちはまだ通れるらしいぞ。
どこか通れそうな道へ。
ウォールマーケットへ抜ける地下通路がある。
やった待ってて。
早く行ってよ。落ちなよ。
いたたたたた。痛いね。でも今は我慢しようね。
あ、早くこの先へ。ほらほら、こっちだ。こっちだよ。
あそこまで一緒に行こう。ひとまずあそこへ避難しようね。
足がどうなってんだ。誰か知らねえか。
ヘリがつい慌てずゆっくり。
ここの子供たちはみんな避難したな。
私たちも急がないと。心配いらないよ。力を合わせてみんなで生き延びるよ。こっちは危険です。早くウォールマーケットへ。
荷物は諦めろ。
逃げ道はこっちだよ。ほら、急げな。
この子もお願いします。
ああ、
ベティ、どこにいたんだ。
よかったね。
およし、そっちはもう。
See you, Venomore.
ごめんなさい。どうしてんの。こんなことにしないよ。もうちょっと
家にはまだ。
命の方が大事だろう。
ああ、
Game
もう一機の爆
over.
破。手間が省けた。そちらは別件が入った。あとは任せたぞ。自由だな、お前は。
無事でいて。マリン、もう少しだからね。マリンだよね。
誰？
私はティファのお友達。
ティファはどこ？
今はクラウドたちと一緒。
父ちゃんも？
バレットだよね。うん、一緒。
まだ帰ってこないの？
そう、だから私が来たの。頼まれたんだ、マリンと一緒にいてって。でもここ危ないから安全なところ行こう。
お店壊れちゃう。お家なくなっちゃうよ。
悲しいよね。でも家族が揃えばそこがお家だよ。一緒に行こう。
いい匂い。
そう？
マリン、この匂い知ってるよ。
忘れないでね。行こう。新しいお家、お花いっぱいにしよう。
マリンにもできる？
もちろん。どんなお花好き？
かくれんぼは終わりだ、エアリス。
そう。
さて、選択肢はそれほど多くない。
心配しないでマリン。取引したいんだけど。
そろそろ決着つけようぜ。
あれは
意地悪しちゃうぞと。いて。ティファ、
お待たせ。
無茶だ。
お互い様、このまま走ろう。
何やってんだよ相棒。エアリさん、
セブンスヘブン、マリンを頼んだ。
We will nick the, I can't do it easily from here. Basically all the materia off of Aerith for the moment. Sorry, bear with me while I do some quick menuing. Probably not the most appropriate time for it. Oh, that's what we need. What did I pick off of Cloud? Ah, the healing magic, right?
エアリスと一緒にいるはず。そうか。みんな助かるよね。とにかく上へ。
逃がさねえぞと飽きたぞと
そこ。
ほらほらほらほら
引き裂く。
このままでもいいけどよ
しびれる。
隠れてるつもりか
Kindly come somewhere I can hit you, asshole.
止めた。
行かせるかよ
終わりだ。
逃げろ逃げろ
Not really, Dave. We've made that mistake before.
引き裂く。
There's actually quite a lot still to go. This is maybe like halfway? Maybe a little more than halfway. Lessons we learned in the original playthrough.
轟け。
見つけいい加減諦めた隠れてないで出てこいよっとまだやる気か
隙をつく。
And yeah, we've also got the Yuffie scenario to do afterwards as well.
消えろ。狙うぞ。終わりだ。
大丈夫。任せて。
But yeah, there's still a fair chunk to go.
丸見え隠れてるつもりかよ
腕によりをかけた私の新作たまんないでしょ。狙った獲物は必ず落とすの。
The fucking spooks. Fucking Jessie holding her own and the fucking spooks get involved. These guys are a real pain in the ass to deal with. Unfortunately, his item master only applies in combat, not out of combat. Dang it. Leashed onto Cloud, not info. Well, that's an annoying trick. don't make this section pleasant with the flying enemies.
しまった
Hey? No, wait, that's where we came from, surely. That is why we keep checking for boxes. Eventually, there is a box. In this case, the box contained a freaking elixir. Hey, Nova, hey, Mambina, how's it going?
変な顔しちゃって。最後の話し相手、クラウドか。悪くないぞ。
最後と決まったわけじゃない。
いいんだ。私の爆弾大勢殺したからね。償わなくちゃ。また助けられちゃった。
何度でも助けるさ。
しみる。ねえ、本当はね、みんなでまたママの料理食べられるってどっかで信じてたんだよね。
あんたのピザを。
そうだね。でも私ほらティファが泣いてる。そろそろ言ってくれない？見られてると恥ずかしくて。ジェシー、
ティファ。
やがる。
よく持ちこたえた。
足りめえよ。俺は今主役だからな。いつまでもここにはいられねえ。準備はいいか。
あ、
I was gonna say, they're standing in front of explosive barrels. That can't go well.
やるしかねえか。ルダ
タークス。
お仕事だぞってよっおせえ
Unfortunately, Reno's voice actor did die just after this game released.
てめえこら待ちやがれ。
あんたら喧嘩売る相手を間違えたぞっと。
緊急コードの入力を確認。起動ボタンを押してください。緊急コードの入力を確認。起動ボタンを押してください。
Japanese one.
はいおしまい。じゃあするなよっと。
緊急コードの入力を確認。起動ボタンを押してください。
やれよ。
あった。タクスなめんなよ。
早い。気をつけろ。
俺にかかれば楽勝よ。
いっから
まだまだ。
これまでお前ルールもやったんだって。
仕事だ。
借りまとめて返すぞと。
備えて。
おかっとしてんなよ。おいどう
行くぞ。
なかなかしぶといぞだ。
爆撃準備開始する。
ったくどいつもこいつも好き勝手やりやがってまあ俺もか。
ヘリに注意しろ。
Can we zap the chopper?
降下完了。弾を補充する。
そっ 落とされてやんな。
どうせ降りるつもりだった。
始末書はお前な。さあ楽しもうぜ相棒。見せてやるぞと。
Now things get even more spicy.
ただで済むと思うな。
限界を超える。
ここからだよ。
反撃に踊れ。
ゼロ。
Accidentally blew Reno up.
覚悟は
緊急コードの入力を確認。起動ボタンを押してください。
解除方法は言うかよ。
行かせるか。
どけ。
無駄かよ。
ティファ。
なんだ。
プレート解放システム 終シークエンスに移行します。第一区画の分離を開始。速やかに退避してください。プレート解放システム起動完了。
何しやがった
ティファ
あと5分。
どうしよう。
システムの解除はもはや不可能だ。
お願い止めて。エアリス、
マリンだぞ。あんたマリンを。
そこはどこだ。
君たちの活動が巡り巡って我々に古代種をもたらしたというわけだ。その点に関しては礼を言おう。だが申し訳ないが居場所は。
古代種。
アバランチに逃げ場などあるかな。
エアリス。
最終警告、最終警告。このエリアは間もなく崩壊します。
ここにいたらぺしゃんこだ。とにかく脱出法。
Shinra is like evil corporation evil.
おい、こっちだ。このワイヤーで脱出だ。
行こ
急げ急げ。
In the original game, that's one of the few times you actually got to see President Shinra. And there was a unique piece of music that played for that very brief sequence that is only ever heard during that sequence. As for the, like, ability to just kind of collapse Midgar in on itself, it does make some degree of sense when you consider the Neo Midgar project, but then you have to ask, was the Neo Midgar project always the intention? Because it would have to be, to follow that logic, to have that all built in from the start.
せーの。
マリーマリーマリービッグズウェッティジェシーシックスだグラーふざけんなよ
私たちのせいだね。
違うぜティファ何もかも神羅の奴らがやったことじゃねえかそうだろう絶対忘れねえいいな
バレットマリンは無事だエアリスが言ってた
エアリス捕まってた女か
うん言ってた。
どういうことだ
エアリスに頼んだの。マリンを助けてって。
信じるぞいいかおいどこ行くんだよ
How far back does it let us go? This is fairly far back, it seems. Actually. goes. I am curious if I really can go all the way back into the park. Bit of a wonky path before we get up to Shinra Tower. No, okay, this is just blocked at this point. Fair enough. Even in the original game, there'd still be a bit before heading up. So you'd have we need to go to Sector 5 and see Marlene, and then from Sector 5 we need to then go to Sector 6 and make our way up the wall. But there's a bunch more stuff to do in between that's added in the remake.
こんなことってマジで落ちやがった。どうなってんだよ。
救助はまだなの？
映画じゃないんだよな。
無事だといいけど。祈るしかない。
大丈夫だよ、きっと。
事故じゃないんでしょ？
わかんねえよ。やめてくれ。想像しただけで身震いする。おい、どこに向かってるんだ？
エアリスの家だ。5番街スラムにある。
マリンはそこなんだな。
他に当てはない。
いるって言えよ。希望を持たせろよ。いなくてもお前を責めたりしねえ。いや、そりゃちっとは文句言うだろうけどよ。
ティファ、古代種って知ってるか？
聞いたことはあるけど。
生命学の本を読めば出てくるぜ。大昔星を開拓したって一族だ。星と語るとかそう言うんだろう。
それがタークスに狙われていた理由か。
我こそ古代種の血を引きし者。この星の正当なる後継者。また守れなかったな。喪失がお前を強くする。それでいいのか。
どうしたの？
なんでもない。急ごう。
I'm also not sure what Sephiroth is about in this. Because the reunion stuff is all normal. That should be happening because like Cloud's mind was messed with the Mako treatment.
よう、とんでもない。
But then it
あん
seems
たは無事か？
まあな、チョコボが怯えちまって動かねえけどな。
it seems like Sephiroth is in a sort of similar case to Aerith in that he's aware of alternate possibilities.
なんとかしねえと。
吸い込まれてしまいそう。中開いちゃった。
Yeah, well, that's what we said a few times now. Is it's like it depends on where they go with the like the ghosts and all that stuff in the following games.
ひでえことになったな。
And as I've made abundantly clear at this point, I'm actually on the side of going nuts with changing everything. I think you could potentially make quite an interesting story.
What? やり過ごそう。
あいつら何してやがる。
仕事だろうが。マリンのことだけ考えろ。今はな。
Took us a while when we first came out here to work out that sign says potion juice.
見つかったか。目下屋敷の中を捜索中です。まだか。まだ報告はありません。大切なものは取り戻せたのか。
あんたのおかげでな。
ならばもう手放さないことだ。見つかったか。目下屋敷の中を捜索中です。まずは避難場所確保せんと。
すぐに瓦礫をどかせるといいんだけど、6番街の時はかなり大変だったって聞いたけど、みんなで力を合わせて。
こんな時でもマテリアか。
ひどいことになったね。
こっちに被害は。
7番街に比べたらどうってことないよ。砂ぼこりぐらいさ。
What's the point of even entering here if she's out there?
7番街が潰れちまったって本当なのか。ジェシーは支柱にいたんだよな。
うん。ビックスもね。2人とも怪我で動けなかった。でもウェッジは下にいたよ。
そうか。しばらくは無理か。あいつら探しに行かないと。俺が探してやらねえと。
うん。
クラウド、後で付き合え。
ああ。
最近物騒だよな。ミッドガル大丈夫かな。すごい地響きだったな。
これって事故じゃないよね。
多分な。
また爆弾？
もう5番街だよな。早くマリンに合わせろよ。
ああ、スラムの外れだ。もう少し。
もっと早足、全速力。
あんたに合わせてる。
I will save the game in a second. I was actually just about to finish the stream up. Just gonna move into Sector 5 and then leave it there before we trigger the next big story swing.
先ほど7番街のプレートが崩落した模様です。現在隣接するエリアは立ち入り禁止区域に指定され、近隣区域の住民に対して外出を控えるよう勧告が出ています。
Do a 24-hour stream. No. We've tried that a couple of times. It never goes well. Keeping the energy up for a full 24 hours in a stream is it's a bit too much. And like, especially in the case of Remake, definitely not, because the whole point of the replay we're doing here is not to go too hard on it. Because the initial stream through we did go too hard. Like the final stream of Remake was like 18 plus hours. But yeah, I think, as I was saying there, I'm gonna pack the stream up there for today. We'll pick up from here the next stream. Bit of a shorter stream, but as I said, sort of started a bit late, and I'm back to work today, so I can't go for quite as long. I need to be able to get some proper rest. But yeah, I will pack matters up here for now. Wiki's still streaming, so I'll send you guys over to him. It's playing a Lovecraftian-inspired point-and-click adventure game. One I actually probably do intend to check out myself at some point later down the line. But yeah, apart from that, that is all for now. Thanks for watching, everyone, and hopefully I'll see you all next time.